Hi there, Lydia from Pom Pom here. I just thought it might be a nice idea to walk you through Knit How, the new revised and updated edition. In case you were wondering about it, if you have any other questions, obviously you can always contact us. But yeah, we just wanted to tell you a bit more about the book and how it works. So Knit How is the book that Megan and I really wished had existed when we learned to knit. We both did a lot of sort of teaching ourselves. And it's also the book that we wished had existed when we worked in a yarn shop. So we have felt strongly about this book for a very long time, and we're so pleased with how it's come out. So the way it works is Knit How takes a new knitter from complete basics, has never held a pair of needles before, has never tried it, all the way through to making all sorts of different projects, from simple cowls to maybe their first sweaters and a pair of socks. Each project builds on the last, so the idea is that you can, if you choose to, work through it chronologically, and with each project, like I said, you learn some new skills, and it's very clear with each project what new skill is being taught and what skills are assumed that you already know how to do. Now, of course, people don't have to work through it chronologically, and I think there's probably a lot of people who come to Knit How with some knitting experience, or maybe having not done much knitting for quite a long time. Maybe they learned as a child and haven't picked it up for a while. So, you know, it can really accommodate all sorts of levels of people who just feel like they might need a bit more of a helping hand with getting back to knitting. It features tutorials in the book, so if something is new, you know, if we're teaching it, then we have either a drawn tutorial or a photographed one, and we, you know, use those two things, two different ways of teaching depending on the skill that's being learned. And another thing that I think is really wonderful about Knit How is that several of the patterns have sort of variations. So, for example, the bandana pattern, there's 3 different versions, which all follow, you know, more or less the same, you know, they're the same shape and same construction, but they're all more or less the same construction, but just ever so slightly different. So we've got a plain garter stitch, we've got a striped garter stitch, and then a bandana with edging. And I feel like that's a really important part of the book, because not only does it allow Knit How to meet the maker kind of where they're at in terms of, are they feeling more confident, more ambitious, they want to try the sort of harder version, or are they feeling more like they just like need a bit more time doing something a little simpler to like really solidify their skills. But it also shows people something really important about making something for yourself, that, you know, you can choose to make a design in various different ways. You can make it striped, you can make it colour blocked, you can use different yarns, and I think that's really lovely, and the fact that we show that with various designs is really important, I think, for new makers, to kind of help them imagine something in different ways. So yeah, so that's the kind of thinking behind that. And as I said, there's all sorts of different projects in here, from cable scarves to lace. We've got simple lace cowl, we've got mittens, you know, various sweaters for which teach different things. We've got bottom up, we've got top down, and we've got a pair of socks at the end, because from our experience a lot of new knitters are really interested in making socks, and of course socks are kind of technically really interesting. So yeah, so that's how we put together Knit How, and we really hope that you love it as much as we do, and we know that so many new knitters have learned through Knit How, and a lot of classes have been based on Knit How. Yeah, so maybe if you are looking for a beginner's knitting book for your shop, this could be the right one.